All right, welcome to another episode of Sports Therapy with FH Jr. I am your host. Now, let me go over the rules for the rules on Sports Therapy with FH Jr. This is a 2 hour show for callers. I'm sorry, this is a 1 hour show. Woo! Well, callers will get 2 minutes to call in and rip, rant, and kick some knowledge about all things NFL. Now, we are a call in show only. Now, also, on Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr., we don't talk race relations. We don't talk sexual orientation. All are welcome to participate. Now, keep in mind, we don't talk politics because, man, I don't give a fat rat's butt what the Republicans are doing, nor do I care what the Democrats are doing. Also, on Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr., we give sound advice. You can take it or you can leave it. So it is good to be back. Good to be back. This is the of first week of preseason. You guys know how I feel about preseason. You guys know how I feel about the preseason, but it is our time to get our heads right with ball. Preseason is back. There was some great games. Had a few injuries there. I'm worried about some things. My Commanders, now, for the record, I am a true blue card carrying Commander Redskin football team fan. But on Sports Therapy with FH Jr., we are neutral. And we won't fan shame. No, we won't. But we are neutral. So if you want to call and talk about your team, how they're looking, how they're not looking, that's cool too. But it's all good. It's all good. Now, as I was saying, this is a show where callers will have 2 minutes to call in and rip, rant, kick some knowledge about all things NFL. So the number to call is always 940-329-4110. That's 940-329-4110. And as I was saying, there has been there was some exciting games today. You know, some teams are actually stepping up. Normally, you guys know how I feel about the preseason. I can't stand the preseason. All because, well, let me rephrase that. I won't say I can't stand the preseason. I know that there are a lot of young men out there that's trying to make teams, NFL teams, because that is their goal in life. And I applaud them. So I'm not going to say I can't stand the preseason. But I don't get that up on the preseason games. I watch them for what they are, just to kind of get me back into the groove of watching football. I don't get too high on the highs. I don't get too low on the lows, because what I tell people is that, for me, my observation of the preseason games are when I see teams that are really, really, really playing good, and that, for me, that means I won't say that's a bad team. That's usually a team that has to work on some things. You know, they're trying to make sure that they take advantage of every opportunity they get to look at their players, evaluate their players, make sure that everything is set for the season. And normally with the good teams who kind of know what they are, they're just kind of trying to play it out, make sure we don't have any injuries. So when it comes to the preseason, I tell people, man, take it for what it is, man. It is the preseason. Sports there with F.A. Jr.
Who that?
Hey, it is Jay in Grand Prairie. Jay, I bet you want to talk not only preseason football, but I bet you want to talk who that football. So what say you, Jay?
Yeah. I mean, well, I think Rattler ready to go. I think Shuck needs a little bit more practice. But he look all right.
Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. You know, I actually watched, and as I was telling my listeners, I don't really get too high on the preseason. They are what they are. But when you got, and let's take, for example, the Saints. Your quarterback retired. Carr retired this year, so that left a big hole in your offense. Who's going to be the quarterback? You guys drafted Chuck, I think, maybe second, third round. I'm not sure about that. I had a chance to get Sador Sanders. It might come back and bite y'all in the butt. But I'm saying that to say this. Um, I can see the Saints, and I like what you guys are doing. You got two young quarterbacks. My man seems to be a little bit more ahead. He got a better grasp of the offense, and right now I think and you got a new coach, so it's a whole new system. So I think Spencer Rattler, um, he has probably I wouldn't say he spent a lot more time in that system because you got a new coach, so he's bringing a whole new system. But I can just when you play just one game in the NFL, it does a whole lot for you as far as experience. And you're right, he seemed to me like he was a lot more ready to go than Shuck was today.
Yeah. Yeah, Shook needs to do more practice, but I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, now, but I will tell you, there's some things about Shuck that I like because he seems to be. Well, I know he's a bigger guy. Um, seems like he got a bigger upside maybe than Spencer, but Spencer seems like he's a probably better game day ready quarterback. So I'm hoping that the Saints don't give in to the fact that hey we picked this guy high in the draft, so we gotta let him play. Or because keep in mind because Spencer was a big name quarterback coming out of high school, so he has some pretty pedigree there. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait for regular season. Let's go.
Now, when I was watching the score, now keep in mind the scores don't mean nothing. I know a lot of people are like, oh man, we can Rattler he didn't score, Spencer Rattler didn't score,
It's
but
preseason. I don't really care about this.
yes, it's preseason because what people don't understand when it comes to the first preseason game, they don't game plan. They don't give the offensive coordinators don't give the quarterbacks a certain offense to run. They run what's called their basic offense that anybody can run. And I think supposedly you're not supposed to blitz your linebackers to try to take the quarterback out. So they kind of, and really it's just designed to see do they really know how to line up? Can everybody get in position? Can everybody do what they're supposed to do? So that's what the coaches are doing, man. They're just evaluating the players. They're not really caring about win or loss or anything like that.
Yeah,
So I really wouldn't get too stuck on it, as far as scores. But I do like Spencer Rattler. I like what I see in him. Um, but like I said, because if if worse come to worse, you guys could have two good quarterbacks, and then they could use one to maybe trade up next year and get some, fill some position that you guys might need. So it's gonna be interesting. Now, you know that they pick you guys to. I think they got y'all pick to finish something like either 29th or 30th of all the 32 teams. So y'all can't do anything but get better. You know. I think the Saints.
yeah.
I think y'all gonna surprise a lot
29.
of people. I think
I
y'all gonna.
do too.
I think y'all gonna surprise a lot of people. I really do, Jay. I think y'all gonna surprise a lot of people. But now, what? I don't know. Did you get a chance to look at any other game? Because I know you're a big Who Data. But now there were some teams that were actually rolling out their starters. Now I looked. I saw the Jets. And of course, they're trying to move on past Aaron Rodgers. So of course, they got the young man Justin Fields. He looked pretty good. Now he's gonna be the starter, so they had him starting. But keep in mind, they have to start getting the team ready. If you got a new quarterback, so as much time as you can get him, you can give to him. That for me, that's a win-win. So it's all good, Jay.
Yeah,
It's all good. It's all good. Now, how are you feeling about your new head coach?
I like him. I like what I see.
He used to
Ain't making
be.
dumb plays. And,
He used to be now because he's moving up fairly young because he's still fairly a young guy. I don't even think he's 30 yet. He may not even be 28 because he was the quarterback for it's a college team. in Idaho, the Broncos, Boise State.
Boise State.
Yeah, he was their quarterback for a long time, and then, of course, he landed a job as he was drafted by the Cowboys, and they quickly moved him up to I think he was a backup, and they quickly moved him up to offensive coordinator because supposedly he has a real good mind for offense. So Kellen Moore, that's what we're talking about. So that's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting year. I got a feeling that the Who That Nation is gonna sneak up on a whole lot of people. Thank God we don't play y'all this year. Thank God we don't play y'all this year, man. I don't really want nothing to do because I'll be honest, if if I could take you back to last year's game, Jay, you guys had a chance. All y'all, we won that game, but it was because you guys went for two instead of kicking the field goal and going into overtime. So I'm like, hey, whew, whew, whew. Now, I'll be honest, that was for me. That was a hard game for me to watch, man. I don't like watching. Like I told you, if I wasn't a Redskin football Commander fan, I might be a Who Daddy. But now I like y'all team, but I'm never gonna wear y'all stuff. I'm not gonna wear your gear, but I'm never gonna wear your gear. But I'm always cheering for the Who Dat Nation, man. I like what y'all do. I like y'all fans. It's all good, man. So whenever you are not playing my team, man, I cheer for the Who Dat Nation, man. I really do. I cheer hard for y'all, Jay. So I think it's gonna be a good year. I'm a little bit worried about y'all defense.
I mean, they wasn't even our stars, so
That's true. That's true. That is so true. So hopefully they made some changes and brought in some key players in some key positions. So like I said, big ups to the Who Dat Nation, man. I got a feeling that you guys are gonna do some things because in y'all division is you guys, Tampa Bay, the Panthers, and them Dirty Birds. So it's gonna be interesting to watch. It's definitely going to be interesting watching the Who Dat Nation. So Jay, let me get one good Who Dat for the Who Dat Nation.
who that said they're gonna beat them Saints?
All right, Jay. Thank you for calling. We'll see you
All
next
right,
week.
all right.
All right, that is Jay in Grand Prairie. We. Now, if you are driving by and you just have nothing to do and you just like, okay, wait a minute, what the hell am I listening to? You're listening to Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr., where callers will have 2 minutes. You can call in, you can rant, you can kick some knowledge about all things NFL. And the number to call is 940-329-4110. And now, as I was saying, this is the first week of preseason football. And I don't get too high on the highs. I don't get too low on the lows, man. For me, the preseason is what it is. But it is finally football is back. Football is back. Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr.
F.H. Jr. is the Ravens extraordinaire, Brandon Cooper. What's up, man?
What say ye, Coop? Let's talk.
Hey, man.
Let's talk football.
What you want to talk about?
Hey man, look it. Let me say this to you, Coop. And I know you want to talk about your Ravens, but let me say this. And I'm going on the record. Deion Sanders was known as prime time. So now, I think from this day forward, Shedeur Sanders will simply be referred by me as my time.
Man, dude. When I tell you, see, number one, let's not sit here and act like he wasn't supposed to be the number one overall pick. Like, literally 5 months ago, nearly, he was supposed to be the first quarterback off the board, right? And within 4 weeks, he went from top 5 to first round to fifth round. The talent was always there, bona fide. And I'm just looking at the Cleveland, like, do you understand you rejuvenated a whole fan base? First of all, let's also say that Coach Prime, all his players from Colorado did well in the NFL. Also, shout out to Webster for returning them punts for us. He's going to be a dog. But Shiloh out there eating. Travis Hunter starting on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
Like, primetime is literally increased the net worth of the NFL right now. The Cleveland Browns is the most favorite franchise right now because of one man. And I also believe Nike should do a commercial of, like, LeBron, like, kind of passing the torch to him, to Shador, like, for being in Cleveland. I think that would be nice. You know what I mean?
My time, baby.
Literally, man, this is crazy. Like, literally. You know how many – that was one of the few times that Panther Stadium was full and nothing but people with Shador jerseys, man.
He didn't disappoint.
And I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan.
He didn't disappoint.
Bruh, he was the best quarterback in the draft. And I'm telling people, I'm like, no. Stay with that 5th round pick. Stay. No. Because now you mean to tell me Joe Flacco give you a better chance to win than him? Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel. Who are you going to – why just go through the bumps and bruises right now. The locker room believes in him. Because the thing is, regardless if he sits a year and he starts or plays, you're going to go through lumps being your first year. Because if you don't think so, ask Minnesota. They look at J.J. McCarthy, and he said a year. And Minnesota's already like, I don't know. But I'm telling you, dude, me watching him play, it made me so proud, man. That's like your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, they tried to do that boy wrong. But, man, that's all I got to say on it, man. Damn. Feels good, man. Might have to give me a Browns jersey.
I know, bro. I know, man. Like I say, man, from this day forward, that brother will forever be known as my time. Because that's what he basically told everybody.
Nike rolled out a whole marketing campaign.
That boy gonna put butts in seats, man, in Cleveland. Butts in seats.
Butts in seats, dude.
I want to take you back to that game, and I want to talk about the first touchdown that he threw. It wasn't so much that he threw a touchdown as to what I was looking at. I was looking at the fact that he threw old boy open. If you go back and look at that touchdown, you can see where he rolled to the left and he threw old boy open. He threw the ball where old boy was supposed to be to catch it. He wasn't. You know how sometimes the guy just wide open, like boom, I'm just gonna throw it. No, he threw it to a certain window that the receiver had to be in and that the defensive guys were not there. And I like, boy, that is the mark of a quarterback that's NFL ready and that's what I was looking at.
Dude, it was and was it me or did he get faster? Because this is NFL and the Panthers were playing a lot of their starters.
They were.
Like, he was escaping the pocket. I'm like, hold on, he wasn't even this fast in the Big 12.
I know.
I said, ooh.
That's
and then the touch on the football. And then people don't understand, he's more equipped to handle a bad offensive line.
Yes.
Because he didn't have an offensive line like that. So now it's going to be, okay, I'm used to this, so I know how to shift. I know how to fall because he's not really ever been hurt. And He's taking so much punishment, so I know how to fall. I know how to roll. And, you know, it's a hell of a division, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to get used to playing in that cold. You're going to have to get used to playing some dirty games where you might throw the ball 10, 12 times that game. You know what I mean? When you playing the Ravens, especially Pittsburgh. But, dude, you know how we talk about star power?
Yes.
And it's in you. It's just the aura. Like him, Shiloh, Travis Hunter, aura. Like, I don't know if people understand. Travis Hunter starts on both sides of the ball. Like, I don't know if people understand in the NFL, right? How crazy this is. And like Deion, man, Deion changing the game. And he was right. But see, you know, this is a testament to God, man. You can't stop it. So I'm all for it, man, and it's been a blessing, man.
Let me ask you this.
But I'm just gonna hate. He's gonna have to lose too. He's gonna have to lose 2 years to us, though. But
let me ask you this question, man. If you are the owner and GM of the Browns, what do you roll out of bed and think your next step should be?
You got to cut Kenny Pickett. So you got to have Dylan Gabriel as the third string, Joe Flacco as the backup, and you got to start Shedeur Sanders. And then once you get Deshaun Watson off IR, you're pretty much just either going to have to trade him or buy out his contract to get him off the books. But that's what you do. That's kind of point blank period, man.
Now let me ask you this question: do you start my time day one, or do you let him sit for maybe possibly 2 or 3 games?
My thing is this: you got the league, you got the crowd on your side. You got to roll it out because now they're going to shift Cleveland Brown games to prime time. So you can imagine when we play them, it's going to be, you see what I'm saying? That's a marquee matchup because everybody's going to be tuning in to watch Shedeur. You have to roll them out and keep the momentum going because you don't want to lose your fan base. Because the worst thing that can happen is either they cut him because he's the 4th string or they trade him. Because the Browns, you would lose your entire fan. You would be done.
Well,
because once Myles Garrett said, hey, I'm cool with him.
I'll tell you this: if they cut him, I think the fans would burn down the stadium, bro.
That would be. I think if they cut him, the league would take. Plus, you make so much money with Shedeur jerseys. Like, bro has like the #1 selling jersey, but it's like the league would crumble because everybody would be like, all right, man, F the league. You see what I'm saying?
I don't, because at the end of the day, those owners are businessmen. They didn't get to be billionaires by just, getting mad at their money. That's the old saying, never get mad at your money. So they're not going to get mad at their money and say, you know what, we're not going to play this guy because at the end of the day, you're right. He put butts in seats, and the league is going to want to, and the league is going to shift those cameras, and all of a sudden the Browns are going to be on TV.
And then now,
and selling merch,
podcast, blog,
and
you're gonna be selling merch, and they're gonna be following him through everything. And it's like now the Cleveland Browns are relevant again. The city of Cleveland is relevant. Since LeBron left, it's been, you see what I'm saying? But now, and he's your best damn option. You're in a league with Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh.
And regardless of what we say about Aaron Rodgers can still put the ball somewhere. You see what I'm saying? You ain't got no time as the damn Cleveland Browns because Lamar and Joe Burrow are only getting better.
Right.
I don't think you know, but those are first ballot Hall of Famers in the making. Them 2 people are going to be in the running for MVP every year. You're going to have to do something. You going to roll out Kenny Pickett? You're going to roll out a 40-year-old Joe Flacco. Now, no disrespect to Joe Flacco because he won us a Super Bowl. He will always be respected by me. But ain't no way I'm rolling out a 40-year-old Joe Flacco in that damn division.
Do you know that they didn't give my time, that's what I call him. I'll never say Shedeur again. He's just prime time, my time. So did you know they didn't give my time any first team reps this week? They just voted him out. Hey, go play. Sometimes that's all you got to do. Hey, man, give me a ball. Let me go play. And what's funny is he looked better when I think the third team came out because those were the guys that he had been practicing with. So he had a natural rapport with those receivers and those guys. But, man, like I tell you what, man, if you Cleveland, if you fumble this football, if you fumble this
If
golden
boy,
football,
literally, Cleveland Brown fans have been waiting on something. If you fumble, the thing is, regardless, this season is going to be ugly. But I also say this: I don't think I think Shador is ready to play, win now, and his mind is on a different level. It's like Cam Ward on the Titans. Cam Ward is telling the Titans, "Hey man, we got to put in extra work, man. We got to do this, we got to do that, we got to come on." And sometimes your organization ain't on your level. You see what I'm saying? So the Cleveland Browns, you might have to do a complete coaching overhaul because this dude different.
True.
Because I'm looking at some of the plays they call, and I'm like, hell no. You got a guy coming in, and he ready to go now. It was like when the Falcons got Michael Vick, they said, oh, damn, we got to shoot. All right, come on. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's like, hey, man, this is what I'm seeing out here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Like, hey, man, give me more reads. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He's ready. Right. And the way that Browns organization is set up, what do you mean? The GM going to sit there and tell you, oh, I didn't want to draft him. Man, shut up. Shut up. Sometimes I just be like, what are we doing?
But you know what? Let me pause right there for a second. I think that the GM went against the owners. Now I'm just because I think the GM wanted him, and he just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna take him. And so now the GM is looking good right about now, brother.
And the crazy part is, it's just like when whoever in Atlanta office that said we need to draft Michael Penix Jr. is the smartest person in that organization that needs a raise.
Thank you.
So, man, we seeing unprecedented. Like, man, this is what we want to see, man. Hey, man. God is good, brother. God is good.
And other game, let's transition a little bit, man. We might come back and talk about my time a little bit more, but I had a chance to look at some of the other games. Now, I'll tell you what, I was shocked and surprised, but I was happy. There were some teams that pretty much rolled out some starters. I watched the Chiefs against the Cardinals. Man, the Cardinals rolled out their whole starting offense was playing the first round. The Chiefs had my homie and the boys out there. So it's like, okay, I can get with this, Of course, there were some teams playing to make sure they didn't get anybody injured and stuff, but but normally with the first preseason game, man, most of the time you don't really get anything, man. They're not gonna start any starters. But when I looked up and Mahomes was out there and Tyler was out there, and they was like, okay, let's get it going. So I was like, okay, I got you. So it's gonna be some good things this year, man. There are gonna be some surprises. There were some injuries, man. I'll tell you who I felt good about. I felt good about Fields for the Jets. I watched him. Looked like yeah, that looked like that's gonna be a good fit for him. And what's gonna be good? I think the Jets might be finally getting him when he's making that transition and he's finally figuring things out. Because I've always said, if that boy ever figure things out, he's gonna be a problem for the league.
The raw athletic. Man, the raw athleticism and talent has always been there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Bears did not do that man any justice.
At all.
Right?
Nope.
And number two, when he was I feel like Pittsburgh should have stayed with him being the starter because they were a better team.
Yep.
Russell Wilson lost the last, 5 games of the season.
Yep.
So, and Justin Fields, sometimes, it's just like Sam Darnold. Sometimes you're in a bad space, and you need to learn how to be a quarterback. Now, do I believe Sam Darnold can, redo this again with the Seahawks now that everybody got 17 games worth of film on them? I don't know. But sometimes you just need a better situation, and you need a team that's going to believe in you, man.
Right.
That's the most important thing, man. And, you know, you can do so much with the offense because he's going to open up the play action. He's, 6'4", 230.
Yep.
That's just going to open up holes for Breece Hall to run through.
Yes.
You know, you lock down Garrett Wilson. And you have a top defense. Like, the Jets a few years ago was damn near primed to be a Super Bowl contending team.
Oh, yes.
Because everybody's there. That they have a chance. And you in a division where it's a toss-up, right?
But I think, but I think they gave away the store when they took on Aaron Rodgers and then just basically said, "Okay, Aaron, you can come in and we're gonna cater to you. We're gonna kiss your butt. We're gonna let you practically be the GM." I think that was a terrible thing to do. But I think right now they've got a good coach, and he's about football, and the Jets needed someone to just come in and be about football and hold players accountable.
That's the biggest thing. That's what do you bring somebody in to hold everybody accountable?
And that's
the first thing Cam Ward said when he got in. He was like, "Look, man, they drafted me the number 1 overall pick for a reason. So we need to get to work." And I like these younger players being able to come in and have a commanding voice,
right?
And be like, "Yo, we in here working." So it's lovely, man.
Yep. So I think that overall picking Aaron Glenn as the coach, I think that's going to be a win-win for the Jets because I think all of a sudden that's going to bring back Jets football, Jets, Jets football, man. It's all good. So, hey, man, I got another caller trying to get in here, man. Let me get you one last word in for what you do, my man.
Hey, man, this is the Ravens extraordinaire, Brandon Cooper, man. Lamar finna win a Super Bowl, his 3rd MVP. I'm going to be at the preseason game at Cowboy Stadium next week. The Ravens and the Cowboys. Also, Scary Terry is finna leave. Parsons is finna leave. Eagles got another cakewalk to the Super Bowl.
Hey, man, come on, man. Why you going to make a brother cry?
Hey, man. Well, hey. If it ain't about the money, you know what I mean?
I got you, bro.
But all right, man. Hey, bless you, brother.
All right, man. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Sports Therapy.
What's going on, brother?
It's my homeboy, Glenn. What's up, homeboy, Glenn? Let's talk football.
Man, ain't nothing to it, man. I just called to say one thing.
What's that, bro?
How about them damn Cowboys? How about them damn Cowboys? I know y'all want to talk about Deion Sanders and all the rest of it, but how about them sorry Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
You know me. You know I'm not going to come on the show.
Jerry said he had a there's this radio station here that I listen to, man. It's called 1310 The Ticket. Now, I'll be honest with you, homeboy. I haven't listened to probably regular radio where they play music in probably 10 years or so. I listen to more talk radio, man. So they have this station here, man, called 1310 The Ticket. And they were talking about, well, they actually played this, just a small snippet of Jerry's conversation. Our homeboy, Jerry. Jerry said he was telling about how he bought the Cowboys with a handshake deal and said that we would do we did a handshake, and the only thing that the guy knew that he was buying the Cowboys for a certain price, and they were going to get together and do the contract later on and whatever. And then so, look, man, Jerry didn't get to be a billionaire by being stupid, but let me say this, bro. You can't have no handshake deal with anybody anymore because now that worked back in the hell of the 90s or whatever, but today, bro, it's got to be in writing. And if now, for example, why would you go in and think you can negotiate your contract? And we talking millions of dollars, when there's certain benefits that you have to put in, certain guidelines that has to be put in, that you need an agent to negotiate for you. Such as, if we win the Super Bowl, I get a bonus. I don't want to sign because what the team is want you to sign for, say, 5 years, and the player might say, well, I just might want to sign for 4. So you need a agent to negotiate that language. If we do such and such, if I have X amount of sacks, will I get an extra $5 million? If we do this, will I get somebody to negotiate incentives? So to be able to say, I'm just gonna have a handshake and a conversation and we good. No, bro, we can't do that.
Nah, man, he just, I don't know. Like I said, man, he's been running the biggest scam in football for the last 20, 25 years.
We can't.
Hey, you remember the great train robbery they talk about? They traded for Herschel Walker?
Yes.
Jerry Jones been screwing them guys ever since then. Legally.
Man,
who gonna want to come there and play for him?
Now that's the only thing that's the only thing I would worry about if I'm a Cowboy, not a Cowboy fan, but you got to realize you got players on the outside looking in saying, hey, you're right, I don't want to go play for the Cowboys because every year that's what they do. They hold out at the last minute and not go ahead and tie up their best players, man. And whereas a lot of teams, if you're in your final year, they're going to have you all wrapped up before that, and then you're not even going to go into negotiation talk, man. That's just crazy, man. But how about your Steelers, bro?
Man, I was pretty impressed, but we still need some depth. I really was impressed with the receivers. And I was kind of impressed with that quarterback, Skylar Thompson.
Yes.
I was pretty impressed here, but this is what I want to get into. Man, I was listening to Skip Bayless, and I damn sure not a big fan of him.
Everybody
but he said something the other morning I was listening to. Yeah, he was saying that Shakur Sanders gonna make the whole NFL, the coaches and everybody look bad, and I totally 100% agree. And I just hope that man. If that man don't win that starting quarterback job, Cleveland, they need to sell the whole team.
But see, here's why I disagree with you, homeboy. I wouldn't start him. I'd let him set out a couple of games, kind of like because at the end of the day, there's no real expectation for Cleveland to do anything. But I'd probably let him set out maybe 2, maybe 3 games. And then, when I say let him sit out, I mean, slowly let him get in, and ease him in there. And then by game week 3-ish, I would go ahead and go ahead and let him do his thing. But he definitely would be second, because at the end.
I'll tell you what, man. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
But what I was fit to say is, I looked at him the other night when I looked at him. Man, dude, top 15 quarterback in the NFL right now. I'm talking about at least top 15. He played more like he played the other night. He made some plays. He looked like he's been in the league 6 or 7 years. He looked better than Fields and a lot more of them guys. And the young kid from Carolina, he looked better than a lot of them.
Now he's a natural. He is a natural passer. If you ain't figured that out, because I was telling my last call, I said, if you go back and look at the first touchdown he threw, a lot of time when you get young quarterbacks, man, they'll stare down the receiver, and then he got to be damn near wide open, for you to throw it to him, a young quarterback. But when you go back and look at that first touchdown he threw old boy open.
Right,
he anticipated where he was going to be, and he just threw that ball through a certain window, and it went right to old boy. I was like, now, for me, that's what I was looking at when I was talking about evaluating.
Dude got accuracy. His passes look better than a lot of veterans.
Yeah. And
I'm going to tell you something else. Go ahead, man.
And I think he would be great Because if you think about it, all those years that he was playing for Colorado, they didn't have no offensive line, so he used to not having an offensive line. But like I said, with a young quarterback like that, you don't want to throw him out there for game one ish, and then and have him be a little bit overwhelmed. Like I said, I would ease him out there, because I would definitely let him. Like I said, he would definitely be the backup behind Joe Flacco, and but like I said, maybe game 2, 3, then I cut him loose and let him go and do his thing and stuff.
I tell your team, I was just thinking about who he could have fit in with if they had went on, had not been bullshitting. But man, a team like Minnesota been a perfect fit for him.
Oh yeah.
Even Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh would have been a perfect fit for him.
But you know what?
Skip Bayless said, go ahead, man.
You know what, though? I'm thinking, just like when he got picked by the Browns, I said to myself, that was probably the best place for him to go. No pressure.
True.
No pressure.
That's
true. They ain't playing. They gonna probably have the weakest schedule. He set up to succeed. The Browns ain't finna have they not finna play a tough schedule. They gonna have pretty much, and he ain't got to worry about all the pressure now in that division. Hell, he got to play y'all. He got to play you guys twice, and he got to play the Ravens twice, and he got to play that other team in y'all division twice. But other than that, they're not going to really have they're not gonna have a lot of team where every week they gotta really get it and get it going and stuff. But like I say, man, I just think for me now, don't get me wrong. Now you're right. There were a lot of teams that could have used him. The Saints could have used him. Saints could have used him. You guys could have used him. Y'all could have used him. The Jets could have used him.
But the Saints.
The Raiders
should have got him because he's right down there where they at.
Yes, the Raiders could have used him.
Right down there where they at. And that's why some teams stay. Man, that's why some teams stay sorry, man. That's just why some teams just gonna stay. Even like the Cowboys, man. People just don't know they still living off the 1990s. Man, it's been 30 years ago since the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl. But you got people still thinking they just went to the Super Bowl the last 3 or 4 years, man.
I know they die hard, bless their heart. Them diehards, man. It's if you meet one of them on the street, you will think the Cowboys was in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, just by the conversation.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man. It's right now the league is they get bigger and they're faster and they're more. Man, I tell you who got the smartest organization in football right now, man. Man, they can say, I think the Eagles.
I was just saying, you better say the Eagles. The Eagles do everything the right way.
Yes, man. Whether you like them or not, you might not be a fan of them, but man, right now, the New England Patriots had it. I ain't gonna say the Eagles gonna be a dynasty now, but they just know how to make the right picks, man.
And next to them is the Kansas City Chiefs. But
in the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm gonna tell you something, man. As long as you got Andy Reid and that general manager over there in Kansas City,
yep,
you're gonna always have a chance.
But like you said, homeboy, it comes down to everybody cannot evaluate talent. I'm starting to notice this about the NFL now. Everybody can grab somebody in the first round. Hell, you and I can get we can pick the first round draft picks. But when you start when you start doing what the Eagles do, is somehow they evaluate these guys and they end up with some of these guys like nobody knew them, but all of a sudden they are balling out. Man, you're right. They do a hell of a job of evaluating talent. That's go Eagles fly.
Yes, man. Yes, man. They drafted a linebacker this year. I forgot the kid's name, but they drafted him. And they talking about this dude. I talking about him being an all-pro. I ain't talking about the one they had last year. I'm about this guy is a rookie.
Yes.
And they already talking about he might be a starter over N'Kobe Dean and Man, I said, man, I don't want. And I tell you somebody else do a pretty good. Pittsburgh do a good job because they drafted their defensive tackle out of Iowa.
Now, y'all used to do a pretty good job about 3 or 4 years ago, because used to be, man, every time I used to load up, I don't know where y'all were getting them cats from. Y'all would always have a hell of a defensive team, and have some offensive cats, man. But like you said, to me, the number one problem the Steelers did, they held on to Big Ben too long. And
that's killed them, man.
But like you said, now if y'all didn't have anything else, the Steelers were gonna always have some linebackers, a good defense, and some cornerbacks and safeties. Man, y'all gonna always have a defense.
Yes. And but you know, like you're saying, what Big Ben, they can say whatever they want. That's the only man. He stayed around too long, man.
Yep.
Because you know. He set the team back about 5. He still got the team set back.
Mm-hmm. My only worry about the Steelers is which Aaron Rodgers is gonna show up, man. It's because right now we're seeing the humble Aaron Rodgers. You know, he humbled by the fact that they just cut him loose. He's getting older. They're not finna, and similar to what LeBron James is going through right now with the Lakers. You know, everything is transitioning away from you. Let's use you to kind of teach and mold these younger guys, but you're not going to be a real decision maker because you're not going to be here forever. So we got to be ready for life after you. So because in the past, Rodgers wouldn't even tutor the young quarterbacks, man. He could care less about them, you know. It was all about him. So, and like you said, you got young Skylar Thompson coming up. So if Rodgers just be good, Aaron, and because truth be told, I don't think you guys gonna get no more than maybe 1 good year out of him, 2 if he's lucky. But
they better not keep his ass around this year. Yeah, they better not keep his ass around this year. Yeah. He's a liability this year. I don't know why they got him this year for.
You know,
that set us back right there.
I agree.
You know, but one more I want to get into you. Another player I want to talk to you about impressed me the other night. I was looking at man, that boy from Alabama, Jalen Milroe, that quarterback.
Yes.
Man, that dude got a chance to be something special too, man.
Yes.
I think that boy gonna beat Sam Darnold out of his starting spot.
Hey, man. Well, the thing about it is you got some younger quarterbacks coming out of college now. They're ready, and the league is transitioning more to the more athletic quarterback. The
running pass.
Yes, and where before you had the most athletic quarterback, they could just run, and you had to worry about it. They wasn't that great of passers. These guys scramble, they run to pass. In other words, if you are not careful, if you try to play them for the run, they're gonna hit somebody. They got touch, and they can hit somebody deep, and they can kill you. And if you don't play them for the pass, then hell, they're gonna kill you running the ball. But they would rather pass it than run it. So, and I can see. It's going to the dual threat quarterback, man, and you know where it's like Russell.
I'll tell you what, it's 2 teams. It's 2 teams I see. I put them at the bottom of the barrel this year. New Orleans won.
Yeah, they got them picked to finish pretty low.
Yeah, and I want to say the Giants. But one thing I seen on the Giants the other night,
I will agree with you on the Giants.
But man, I sure like that pick. They picked that boy from Penn State, man. He Michael Parsons point too.
Yeah, Penn State is known for linebackers.
Abdullah, man, I think his name is Abdullah Carter or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, he's another a boy from that by Michael Parsons.
Well, the thing about
man,
the Giants is they've always had a good defense. You can count on them for having defense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the offense is what may give them a problem as far as quarterback play.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because
but
because teams don't figure out Russell Wilson, which is with Russ. He all you gotta do is put a little pressure in his face up front, and then he can Russell can throw the deep ball, but he's not gonna throw that quick slant or that 15-yard out. He's not gonna throw that, and he's conservative, so he's gonna be checked down. So. And eventually teams catch up with him. That's what happened when he was quarterback in the Steelers, which meant that's why y'all should have kept Fields.
Yeah, man. Man, I'm telling you, man. And I like that quarterback that the Giants picked up too, Dart.
Yes.
Yes, I like him too. It was like some nice little talent in the league this year, man.
It was. It really was.
I mean, in the draft this year, I put it like in the draft. And man, I would say that to say if anybody got any kind of defensive player from the University of Iowa out that draft this year, they got somebody good. Cause man, they had a sound defense last year, and a lot of them guys were seniors. And man, I think one of them guys went to Pittsburgh, and one of them guys, a couple of them guys from Iowa, they good players though, man. They're good fundamental sound players. I like the linebacker Pittsburgh picked up from Ohio State, that boy Jack Sawyer.
Yes. I watched him a lot in college, man. He's a baller. He's a football player. See,
that's what you want on your team.
He's a football player.
You ain't gotta have that. Yes. You're looking for players like that, man.
No, he's a
that's what you're looking for.
He's a football player, man. That boy a football player.
Mm-hmm. Yes, man.
He is a football player.
So we got 2 more weeks, man.
2 more weeks, brother. 2 more weeks, homeboy Glenn. Man, football is back, baby.
Man, I'm ready for it too, brother.
Football
I am
is
ready.
Back. Homeboy Glenn, football is back. But you know what I tell people?
Ready.
What I tell people, man, when I watch preseason games, man, I'll be honest, I usually don't watch no more than the first quarter, because after the first quarter, what people don't understand, especially about the first game, they don't give the players they don't get a playbook. The offensive coordinator, they don't meet with the guys and say, we're gonna do this. Everybody's running the base offense. They just want to see, can guys line up? Can they do what they supposed to do? Can they be anywhere near the position that they supposed to play? Even the offense, pretty much basic. So that's why when I see some of these teams that are blowing other teams out, a lot of times, man, that don't really mean too much, man. When I see team getting blew out, that usually meant, okay, we know we got a good team, but we want to make sure that we don't get anybody hurt.
True. Hey, I want to say this before you get off. Man, what do you think about that kicker from Jacksonville made that 70-yard field goal?
You know where you're from, right?
Yes.
Huh?
From Arkansas.
Yeah.
From Arkansas.
The only problem is it was done during preseason, so it's not an official record, but he kicked that bad boy from 70 yards, man.
But I'm gonna tell you, man, that's kind of impressive. And man, he looked like he could have won 75.
he kicked the hell out of it, bro.
Man.
Bro,
he looked like he could have won. Man, he had plenty of room to stop, man.
He kicked the hell out of that football. He really did.
He sure did. And I tell you what, man, that's gonna go a long way. What you think about Hunter?
Hey, you know what? You know, when we were coming up, and I know people, and we went to a smaller school and all that, where we had no choice to play both ways, all 4 ways. So for me, I'm not shocked when I see a guy play both ways, because hell, when we were coming up, bro, we had to play. I was the start flank on offense, and then I'm the free safety on defense. I'm on the kickoff cover, the kickoff return. Yeah, and so
3 ways, special teams.
Yeah, we played every position. But I know with the bigger schools, the guys specialize in one specific position. If you're a wide receiver, that's all you did. if you on defense, that's all you did. So I've been known that guys can play a whole game of going both ways. Hell, we did it for years. But I'm impressed by the fact that and for me, that's just a sign of where football is going. You're gonna have more players playing like that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna tell you one more thing I want to say. I was impressed with that wide receiver from Carolina, man. That boy from Arizona.
Yes.
Boy, he gonna be big time to me, man.
Yes.
Boy, he got a chance to be special, man.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to some of the guys who were rookies last year making that jump in their sophomore year, like Neighbors from the Giants, which I hate.
Yeah.
But my man who's a wide receiver for the Cardinals, and so I'm looking to see, and I'm definitely hoping that Jaden Daniels don't take a step back and we can ever get our mind right with Terry McLaurin. And like I said, I'm not too worried about Scary Terry. I know at the end of the day they're gonna give him some money because we ain't got no choice. We don't have a back. We don't have a plan B. We don't have nobody that can stretch the field. So yeah, at the end of the day, before the season start, they're gonna come up with something. Now, but I'm not too sure that Michael Parsons may stay in Dallas, man, because right now between him and Jerry, man, they are really that relationship may not can be saved, man. But then again, you put those zeros behind them dollars, all of a sudden, all those things that Jerry said about Micah, all of a sudden, you know what, we good, you know. So I don't know, but I do know one thing: we got the
Pretty sure welcome.
All I know one thing, homeboy Glenn, before we go, we got the capital to take them. You know, we got the money, we can trade, we can do whatever we need to do to get it done. But homeboy Glenn, it is time to shut it down, bro. You about to hear the sound of my music. All right, this has been a special edition of Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. We'll callers have 3 minutes to rip, rant, kick knowledge about all things NFL. Want to thank Jay and Grand Prairie. And I also like to thank Brandon for calling in. I also want to thank my homeboy Glenn, always checking in. Man, I love you guys. I love what y'all do and keep supporting me. Now, this has been another episode of Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. Goodbye, everybody.